Hello. Mm, Today we want to look at something on basic plane geometry. Basic plane geometry is one of the titles or the topics that are covered under technical drawing, and we all need this basic geometry at least to understand or build knowledge on that will help us thereafter in our other topics. There are two main forms of geometry, and we all need to understand them. The first one is plane geometry, and the second one is what we call solid geometry. When we talk about plane geometry, let me just do some explanation on plane geometry. Sorry for the blurring. So when we are talking about plane geometry, what it implies, this deals with the geometry of flat surfaces, or what you call flat planes. And plane geometry is two-dimensional in nature. That one, it means that it deals with height and width. So it deals with two-dimensional uh, drawings or figures, two-dimensional flat figures or planes or surfaces. So that is it. Now, but solid geometry, I know this one will come later, but this one here is normally looks at what we call the geometry of three dimensions or three-dimensional solids in three planes. That is the height, the width, and the depth. So this one basically we say it normally involves three-dimensional solids. We have so many solids that can be considered to be in 3D or in three dimensions. Now let's just highlight some of the plane figures or plane uh, surfaces that we encounter under plane geometry. This is plane, not plane, plane geometry. So examples of plane figures include some of the examples are number one, circles, number two, triangles, number three, we have rectangles, number four, we have trapeziums, we have conic sections, number five, conic sections. These conic sections include things to do with ellipses, parabolas, and what you call hyperbolas, etc. So these are plane figures that we get to look at when we are handling plane geometry. Now, in our technical drawing, what we normally encounter under plane geometry is basically how to draw plane figures and how to draw lines and bisect lines and drawing perpendiculars to lines and all that. That's all that we look at when we are covering or when we are looking at basic plane geometry. How to draw a line, how to divide a line into what we refer to as equal distances or equal divisions. Now let's say we are asked to do a line of given dimension and bisect it to a given ratio. How do you go about this? Just having a line and then getting to divide it, maybe into half, that is bisection, or dividing it into equal parts, and maybe we can talk of a line that has a given dimension. Let's have an example. An example that I'm going to show you here is bisect a line of 10 millimeters. Bisect a line of 10 millimeters. How do we bisect that line? So the first thing we need to do here is to draw that particular line to that particular dimensions. So we can have a straight line. Then once we have it, we can get to do the bisection. This line, we can call it line AB. So just a straight line. Then we get to measure distance AB. Let's say from here, we can call it A. Now we measure 10 millimeters. So we can have our measuring instrument, that is our set square or whatever, or a ruler or maybe a T-square. We have AB as 10. So this is where we have our 10. We can say this is B. So now how do we bisect this line? So this is our line AB. What we are looking at is basic plane geometry. So that line, how do we bisect it? Bisecting a line is dividing it into two equal parts. Is dividing it into two equal parts. We have two ways here. We can first of all have another line, let's say from starting point A. Then you just draw a line at any angle. Then once you have that line, because we want to divide a line AB into two equal parts, meaning bisection, we can have some other bisection, 2 in number on this line of arbitrary value. Then we join the last point to the last mark. So we join from here to there. So once we have joined, we take two set squares. And once we take two set squares, we align in such a way one of the edge of the set square realigns with this line that joins the last point to the last mark. Then once you have realigned, use another set square to support the base and just lightly move it up and look for the first point here, and then you draw another line to meet the line AB. Where it cuts gives us the bisection, the point where we want to draw a bisector. Another way is by first of all drawing that line. So we can draw our line AB. So we first of all draw the line AB. That is another approach. So that is our line AB. Let's say we are starting from here. Then we measure 10. We are calling this AB. Okay, AB. So this is our line AB. How do we bisect that line? So to bisect this line, it means we are going to draw a bisector through the point, the midpoint. So how do we go about it? First, we adjust our pair of compass to any equivalent and just make an arc at the lower part and the upper part come with the same distance without changing or interfering with the compass. Stand with it at the last mark and cut the two arcs that you've made. Then you draw a straight line passing through, connecting or joining the points of intersection of the arcs. So if it joins, it means we are going to have our line. So this one automatically becomes the bisector of that particular line that we have drawn. So this one is the midpoint. You can call this midpoint. We can also call this point as midpoint. So this is a bisector to our line AB. So we can also call this bisector to line AB. This is the midpoint to line AB. So basically, that's how we bisect a line. That's how we draw a line and bisect it. This one is still under plane geometry. It's still under plane geometry. Now, let's say we are having a line and we want to divide it into some equal number of parts. Let's say we are having a line that measures 10 millimeter and we are told to divide it into 6 equal number of parts. Now, our question is divide a line AB that measures 10 millimeter into 6 equal number of parts. Divide a line AB that measures 10 millimeter into 6 equal number of parts. How do we go about this? Now first, we need to measure to draw that line. Let's get to draw the line. This line here, we are going to divide it into equal number of parts, which are 6 in number. So this is our line. We are saying it is AB and it's measuring 10 millimeters. So first of all, we get to draw our line using appropriate pencils. Now in this case, this line is going to be drawn using our HB pencil. Let's say this is B and this is A, and it is 10 millimeter. Now next, we have to divide this line into 6 equal number of parts. So let's draw the line first. This is our line. Next thing is, how do you draw a line? How do you draw the 6 parts? So first, the procedure is draw another line from the starting point A at an given angle, just an angle. You don't have to mind what angle it is. Next, take your pair of compass, make some small distance of that compass. Let's say we adjust to a small value. Then make 6 equal divisions along the line you've drawn that is at an angle. So starting here, we can have 1, don't change, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and lastly, and 6. So those are 6 divisions. Then you join the last mark to the last point AB. You join the last mark to the last point AB. Next, you pick your set squares to a set square to align one side of the set square with the edge or this line that you join the last mark to the last point. Support maybe at the base and transfer these points to our line AB. As you are transferring, you are dividing our line AB in the same number of divisions. So the first one is this one here, and the second one is this, the third one, the fourth, in that manner. So as you're doing this, ensure the one that is supported down here is not going to move or fluctuate. It is the one that's at the top that moves as it transfers the point. Otherwise, the base that supports should be fixed and should not move at all. So what we have done, we have just divided that line AB into how many parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means our line AB that measures 10 millimeters has been divided into six equal number of parts. Okay, now another question. How do we divide a line into a given ratio? How do we divide a line into a given ratio? Let's say a question reads, divide a line AB that measures 10 millimeter into ratio 3 to 5 into ratio 3 to 5. How do you divide a line AB that measures 10 millimeter into ratio 3 to 5? So now in this case, first we have to draw the line. So I start by drawing the line AB. Let's say this is A. Now B again is 10 millimeter. So this is line AB. Next step, we look at the ratio. The ratio is 3 to 5. It means this one totals, or total ratio, is 3 plus 5, which is 8. So it means we are going to divide line AB into 8 number of parts, equal number of parts, and then out of which we count the first 3, then we put a mark. So now we have another straight line from the starting point, just as we have done. There it goes. Then now we have a pair of compass and have the 8 divisions. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and lastly 8. Join the last to the last. Then count 1, 2, 3 from A. So this is 1, 2, 3. So you put a mark. Once you put a mark, take the 2 set squares. Support, first of all a line, then support. Once you support, slide until you get the point. There it is. Then you bring it back to our line. So this point marks a point where the ratio reaches. So that means from A to that point are 3 parts. Then from that point to B are 5 parts. This one can be confirmed by counting the number of divisions on this other slanting line. This is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So thank you very much for attending to my live video for today. We just we were looking at plane geometry, just the basic part of plane geometry. First of all, may I apologize for the blurring of my videos. It's because of the gadget I'm using, but I'm looking forward to acquiring a good gadget that can make the best videos with time. But for the time being, I would like you to just bear with me, but at least get one or two things out of what I've taught. So in our next live, maybe we can proceed from where we have stopped. Otherwise, what we looked at today is just the introduction part of plane geometry, what it all means, what are some of the plane figures, how do you draw a line, and how do you write a line or bisect a line, and how do we divide a line into a given ratio. Without forgetting, I would like to request you to continue watching my videos, the ones that I've posted, and also just liking them and sharing the content to other people. But most importantly, do not forget subscribing. Enjoy your time. Bye.